The heartbeat of racism is denial, and confession is the heartbeat of anti-racism, writes Ibram X. Kendi, who literally wrote the book on how to be an anti-racist. The following are my confessions, the confessions of a wannabe anti-racist in 11 short poetic narratives. Different hair. See-through backboards, parents on wooden bleachers. It's the first time you played a team from the north side. One boy has the 1990 version of a flat top. Is it dry like the foam on a microphone? You wonder. Just after the free throw comes off the hand, you box him out and you feel the black hair. Get off me, he screams and complains to the ref. Your elbows are bent and palms up with the look of innocence. A hot, broken day. Central air isn't a thing, at least not where you live. There's no natural coolness coming off of the lake. So a painted over red hydrant is wrenched open. It's the Mexicans, your father says. They are actually Puerto Ricans, but it doesn't matter. To him, they are all Mexicans. The fire department is called, and your father is later awarded a special bronze wrench by them. The next hot day, you notice the water pressure drops, sure enough, near the curb, painted over so many times. The cap dangles, held by a rusted chain, and out flows a cool, cold fountain. Your father walks out with his power. An argument ensues, and you watch through your big front window. That hot night, you are awakened to glass smashing and breaking. Spick and span grade school bathroom. Water bubbling in tanks above the urinals, and you are with your friend, the one who lives in a large house in the suburbs. Father's a CEO, mother's a beauty, all Limbaugh listeners. There's a central circular sink, big enough for dozens of small hands to be washed. You step on a bar with your foot to release the stream of water. A younger kid enters. Well, 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 what do we have here? Your friend says loudly, like he's a Seinfeld character. I do not know, you mimic his style. A spick. Ah, yes, a spick, you say. You think he might be talking about the cleanliness of the bathroom. Get out of here, spick, your friend yells, who later in life is a lawyer. In a crowded hall after recess, that younger boy is taking off his snowmobile suit, and you don't even know his name, and you call out in front of everyone, "Hey, Spick!" Sending a folded up note of love to his sister, she writes back that their dad, a sheriff's deputy, wants to have a talk with you. You realize the bathroom was not clean, and neither are your hands. Your Asian American cousin. As preteens, weighed down with nothing but the jingle of quarters in your pockets, you play teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the small arcade of a badly connected mall, which since has been torn down. Two boys come up to your cousin, index fingers pulled at the outer corner of each eye. They ask for fortune cookies and chop suey, and then call him a chink. Get out of here! You instinctively roar. As they run away, you want to chase them, but your cousin stops you. He feels responsible. After all, it is his creamy brick skin and ashamed eyes that caused all of this. Weighed down, unspent pockets full of quarters, you call home. Regin, the tall running back, a power forward, a track star who bragged of his explorations with a cheerleader, the quarterback just called him Regin. Even wrote Reggin in all caps on masking tape and put it on his sky blue locker. There is a scuffle. Coaches run in. He eventually transfers to another high school. You were never good at spelling backwards, so it takes you a while to figure it all out. Sitting in your loose shoulder pads, you say and you do nothing. White Moon, the lineman. August, humidity, partnering up for stretches. The grass is greener where the drinking fountain streams water eternally. Then comes the drill that makes your head rattle and hurt. One strong lineman with White Moon on the back of his jersey seems invincible this day. Then your teammates start a low drone while covering and uncovering their mouths like a quick, repetitive yawns. One even pounds an invisible drum. White Moon wanes, and an angry darkness emerges. Someone holds him back. You are old enough to know this hurt and what it is, and you walk away toward the everlasting fluid of regret. You are not racist because you fall in love with the civil rights movement, study hip-hop history, play basketball, join a gospel choir, have Michael Jordan magazine cutouts taped all over your wall, cook authentic Mexican food because you read Richard Wright and get a degree in black music. You are not racist because you fall in love with her dark skin and straightened hair, your hands fold together while on a love seat, a symbol or prayer of how we have overcome racism, you say. Not for me, just two hands, warm skin to warm skin, she says. Birthday President. It is not by accident that you turn 30 the day Obama is elected. 30 is when you should be, for sure, an adult. Your vote will end racism and are awarded with a great birthday present. Your career at that point was lost in a cul-de-sac. Now you want to run for office, get a law degree, or go to seminary. And now, on the eve of another election, you lost the country you thought you had. Like irritated spouses who stay together to not damage the children, you won't leave home. Chicago Confession. Just south of the Loop, where the prairie-like park juts out silently into the flat blue lake, you cut to the point, like the January Arctic blast cuts through your jacket. But do you really think I need to take the anti-racism training? In a word, yes, he answers. Look, my brother, I need it. You need it. We all need it. The day after Rayshard Brooks is murdered. Can you believe what happened in Alabama? She asks. Alabama? The bombing of a black church comes to mind. You mean Atlanta? You ask, but You really know. Yeah, I guess they just like to burn things. Who are they, you ask? You know, the blacks. They just love to burn things, she repeats. This is the dictionary definition of a racial stereotype, you plainly state. I'm not racist. I have black friends, she declares innocently. You never brought those friends around the house growing up. You know what I mean. I worked with them. You can have black friends and be racist, you tell her. I have black friends, and I am racist, you confess. There's a dark, disrupted silence. What would you do if the police murdered me in a parking lot near the drive-thru of a Wendy's? You ask your mother. What would you do? Would you protest? Wouldn't you learn to love fire? Facebook Messenger confession. Your longtime friend concludes the riots and looting contribute to less police on the beat, which leads to more homicides. Don't hold on to white supremacy culture, you say with the righteousness of a clergyman. Come to the side of anti-racism, you implore. But I already am. And then he goes on to say, not only are your words inaccurate, they are highly offensive. You unbutton your collar and confess. I am holding on to white supremacy culture as well. It is difficult to dismantle something you benefit from. I participated in racism even before I fully understood how death occurs regularly because of it, before I knew the terms microaggression and institutional racism. I knew what they were. Let us not look away from our own ugliness. Let us not continuously paint over the reality of racism. For white liberals like myself, being racist is the most condemnable of all sins and the last thing you want to be identified as. Yet I know I have hurt black people, indigenous people, and people of color in my words, thoughts, actions, and in my silent non-action. The sorrows of racism, when confessed, can heal. The burdens of racism, when confessed, can make us stronger. Hope awaits at every turn. And I know we can go on. Amen, and blessed be.